Today's webinar, again, it's about Box basics. To start out, there are plenty of great features with Box. We love it because there's lots of storage space. We don't have to buy more servers. We're actually purchasing it from another company called Box. It's a great tool because files are stored on the cloud, and meaning you access the files anywhere there's internet access. So you can use any kind of device, whether it's a computer, a tablet, a phone, and you can access your files if your device has internet access. So it's really easy to get to your files from all different types of devices. Another feature, it's very easy to share your files with others. Creating a shared link is very quick and easy to do. I'll show you how to do that a little later. And also, you can collaborate with others more than just share a file, but share a whole folder and let others come in and give them the ability to edit files, or maybe just view the files or make notes, things like that. So you can have a collaboration with others, and even with if you have access to Microsoft Office Online, you can collaborate with others at the same time. There's a live collaboration feature, so you can see what others are typing and while you're adding comments too. Another great feature, you can share files with TCU people or non-TCU. So you just have to have an email address. The person does not have to be at TCU with a TCU Box account. So that's another great feature. Moving on, let's get started. First, you just log in with tcu.box.com. So I am going to flip my screen here, and I'm already logged in. You can see I have a lot of folders. Some of them are yellow, some of them are blue. The blue ones I've shared out with people. The yellow ones are private right now, so I'll show you more about that. It's easy to get started. You may not have any folders right now, so you can create a folder very quickly by clicking on this button. It's in the upper right hand corner, the new button. You can create a new folder. I'll call this, what happened? I guess I need to log in again. I'll try logging in again. I've had this open for quite a while. tcu.box.com, sign in. Here we go. Let's try it one more time. There we go. So the new button, you can create a new folder. I'll just call this webinar, what is day 4-18. And put in a folder name, give it a folder name and hit create. And you've got a new folder. Again, right now this is empty, but I can click on it to open it. It's empty right now, but it's very easy to upload files. You can upload using the upload button, or my preference is to drag and drop. So if I open, I have a folder called sample files. So if I open up my file manager, I can select all these files. and just drag and drop. And the cursor on here says move, but I'm not really moving them, I'm copying them. So there's a copy being placed in this box folder right now. So it's pretty easy to create folders, add items to folders, or you can even just drag a folder that already exists into your box folders. So one thing, when you're inside box here, to get back to the top or the home page, whatever you want to call it, you can click on all files. There's one on the left here, or there's one right above the file names. Also, you can click on the TCU icon. That takes you back to the top. So all these folders are here. Again, I just created this one called webinar. It moves it to, mine are sorted alphabetically right now, so it was at the top right when it got created. But this webinar folder, let me show you. When you open a folder, you just click on it to open it. So I went down to webinar and just clicked once to open it. And as you look at things, either folders or files, if you look to the right side, there's the three dots, that icon with the three dots. That is the menu. So I can, this document I've selected called Frog Hinge. I can share it, I can upload a new version, I can download it, I can lock it for editing, create a shared link, all kinds of stuff. So this is the basic menu, these three dots. Also, I can right click and get the same menu. So you can look for the menu button, or you can right click on these things. And again, I can go back to all files. It's the same thing here. I can right click and get the menu on if I'm on a folder, or I can click on the three dots here. So that's how you find the menu. So again, I am going to open this webinar folder and show you. So here's a document called Frog Hinge. If I click once to open Frog Hinge, I haven't really opened it. I'm in a preview mode right now. So this is the preview mode. And for preview mode, I can just view it. I can't make any changes. I can try to click in here, but I really can't make any changes. To close preview mode, there's an X in the upper right corner. So you can hit that X and close it. You can also, right now that I'm in preview mode, this is interesting. It's working on pulling up this file. Why is my internet slow now? Right when my webinar starts, my internet goes. Okay. Looks like it's got this little icon like it's trying to pull up the file. Let's try a different file. Okay, that's wild. I'm having technical difficulties right now. I will open a different web browser and see if that helps. Sorry folks, just have to log in one more time and see what's going on here. Okay. Here we are in Internet Explorer. So again, I'll go down to this webinar folder. On Frog Hinge. This is right now I'm in preview mode. So from preview mode, you can see different activities that's going on, like when someone edits the file, or I can write a comment, and anybody who previews this file can see the comment. I can also open this file in Microsoft Word and edit it. I can also open it in Word Online. I'll click Microsoft Word, and it gives me the option to lock it so others can't edit at the same time. Because others can open this. Here's my Word. So I can say megalith at TCU. Interpreted by Carlene Coover. Just trying to make a few changes here. So I can make my changes. I will click the Save button. And I get a little window that says it's being saved to Box. I'll close my Word window, and you may not see the change right away. I'm still in this preview area, but if I hit refresh, or it's the F5 key on your keyboard, it will refresh the image and should have the new, yeah, here it is, the stuff I added to the file. Also, on the right side, it shows that it says I've uploaded versions, which means I've actually edited it in Word and saved it again to the cloud. So that's this is how you can edit things. If you're looking at your Open button and it says Microsoft Word, sometimes you see a message that says you must install Box Edit before you can edit files. And that's a pretty easy thing to do. So let me show you. It will give you a link there to install Box Edit. But another way to do it is there are plenty of little apps like Box Edit, Box for Office, Box Sync, things like that. And you can get to those apps when you click on your initials over on the right side of the window. One of the selections is Apps, and it lists out a bunch of applications like this. You would go to Box Edit, find Box Edit, and you download it and then install it. And the next time that you open Box, I'm going to go back here, I should be able to, next time you open Box with Box Edit installed, you should be able to choose Open with Microsoft Word. So you might have to, if you want to edit files from the web browser, you might have to install that Box Edit, but it's real easy to get that installed. So again, just a little recap here. I'll go back to all files. This is my home page in here in Box, and I can create folders and create files and upload files. When I go into a folder, I can click on a file, and this is my lovely cat. You get a preview, and to close the preview of your file, there's an X in the upper right corner, so you close that up. But if you get into a document like Word or Excel, you can also use this Open button and edit it with Word or Excel or one of those things. You can also use the menu, Open with, and you'll get the same options. So pretty easy to move around in here and look at files. Another important feature is, hello Yvonne, I'm glad you joined us. Come on in. So we just looked at getting into Box. It's tcu.box.com. You sign in using the web browser. You can see all your files and folders. And what I'd like to show you next is file sharing. So this webinar folder that I just created, let's say I want to share this file. It's really easy to do a quick link. And again, I can right click or I can click on the menu. I'm going to use right click. And there's a share option. If I click share, it creates a link. And if you're sharing with people that are not with TCU, you cannot use this people in your company. Use people with the link. And then you can just start typing an email address. And like I'll start typing in my boss's name, Joshua Tooley. Are you in there? There he is. And Rebecca Glass. Let's see if she's in there. Some of my co-workers here. And I can type in non-TCU emails, things like that. And pretty much just, again, choose people with the link, type in their email addresses, and click send. They will get an email with a link, and they can open that file, and they can view it, and they can also download it. If you really don't want them to download it, but just be able to view it, you can go into this shared link again, and there's some extra settings. Download is allowed by default. You can uncheck that box, and then they cannot download it. But by default, it allows download. And there's some other custom settings here. Require a password, put in an expiration date, things like that. Enter a custom URL. But basically, you don't have to use all those options. You just click share and enter email addresses, and it's very quick. The people that receive this shared link do not have to have a Box account, so it makes it real quick and easy for them. Oh, Yvonne, I'm reading your message. You tried to download 2 files, but said there was an error. Okay. I don't know. I'll look into that. I thought it would be easy to grab them. They're just a copy of these 2 files at the top of the window on the right side are, one is my presentation, which looks like this. I haven't really showed everybody this presentation, but and another is the Box training. It is the document that I use for the training class. So I can get you copies of those if the download doesn't work for you. So I'll go back. Let's see here. Back to my sharing. I was showing you these sharing options. So basically, you can use the menu. You can right click and say share, or the same thing when you click on the 3 little dots. That's the menu. But also, yeah, there's a share button right here. So same kind of thing. Now, a shared link is one way to collaborate with people or to share files. Another way, a lot of times, so again, you see these folders. The yellow ones are private. The blue ones are shared. Right now, this folder I created, webinar, 4-18. It's not shared. And there's different ways to share it. One way, I actually go into the folder, and on the right side, I can share this with people. So I'm going to invite collaborators, and I'll go ahead and I'll put in Yvonne and Jana, since you guys are joining me for this webinar. And once you put in names or, again, email addresses, you can choose permissions. It's always good to have, one other owner besides yourself. But you can have editors. There's some different options like viewer, uploader, previewer, uploader, viewer, and previewer. So you can choose some of these options, and then just click send invites. And now I've shared out these folders, so you can get in, download these files, edit these files, add files to the folder. And anytime we add any more files to this folder or add subfolders, you all still have permissions. You have the editing permissions with whatever I add into this folder, whether it's another file or another set of folders. So another thing about collaborating is if I share this with somebody, or if I collaborate with someone who does not have a TCU.edu Box account, that's okay. They'll get an email that says you need to log into Box and create an account if you don't have one. And the Box accounts are free, so you can send this out to anyone you want. You can invite anyone you want to share these. You just need a valid email address. Those people, if they're not TCU, they'll receive an email telling them how to log into Box and create an account, and then they can see all these files. So it's very easy to set this up and get it going and share with people. I would like to show you, this is just some text here. What's the difference between a collaborator or collaboration and shared links? So again, the shared link is the one I showed you first. It's access to a specific file or a folder. It's real quick and easy to create. You just have to have the email address, and the person receives the email and has a link so they can view the file and they can download the file. And they don't need to sign into Box account to use this. So shared links are real quick. Collaborator is more involved. You have a folder and you invite people into the folder, and that allows them to, depending on the permissions you give them, to edit or view or upload things like that. So you have two different options here when you share files. One is we call it collaboration, the other is shared links. So the next thing, I guess I'm running out of time, I'm sorry. But I was going to show you these permissions. There's just a lot of different permissions for editor, viewer. Some of these have to do with like the difference between uploader and viewer uploader. You can let people have permission to upload files into your Box folder, but they can't really see what they're doing. So some people choose viewer uploader, and the person uploading the files can actually see the list of files and know that they uploaded their file successfully. So there's a few things like that. I mostly stick with co-owner or editor, but there's a lot of different options here for permissions. Also, I want to tell you before I end this a little bit about the Box security. We want you to put confidential information, in a network drive, not in box. That's just a security rule. And when I talk about confidential information, there's different types of information we have defined: personal data, public data, private data. But confidential is the one where the SPI information, like social security number, birth date, things like that. If there's payroll data, if there's FERPA, HIPAA's the medical stuff, GLB is financial type stuff, credit card stuff. So that's what's defined as confidential data. We really don't want you to save confidential data in box. We want you to put it on network drives. It's a lot safer. It's safer there. And we control our network drives. So that's really the only thing that we want to control. The rest of it, you're free to use as you need to. So sorry I went a little over in my time, but does anybody have any questions? Go ahead and type in a question if you have any. In a couple of weeks, let's see, it'll be 3 weeks from now, I'll go into some more advanced box tools, like using box sync and things like that. And Yvonne is asking, is there a limit on the files? Yes. The limit is, when you upload a file, 15 gigabytes. And I can double check that here. When I'm in box. Oh, where's the other one? Here we go. There is, I think it says what the maximum file size, 15 gigabytes. So, and you're given 100 gigabytes to begin with. That's a lot of space. So you should have enough space, but if you need more, if you fill up 100 gigabytes, just let us know. We can give you more space. So let me know if you have any more questions. Otherwise, I will sign out. Thank you for joining me, and join us next Tuesday. We'll be talking about autoplay in PowerPoint next. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.